Why religion is important?
Religion has played a profound and multifaceted role in human societies throughout history, influencing individuals and communities in numerous ways. While views on its importance vary widely, here are some key reasons often cited for its significance. 1. Provides meaning, purpose, and a moral framework sense of purpose. Religion often offers answers to fundamental questions about life, death, and the universe, providing a sense of meaning and purpose that can guide an individual's life. It can help people feel like they are part of a grander plan. Moral and ethical guidance. Many religions provide a moral compass and a set of ethical principles that help individuals distinguish right from wrong. These teachings, such as the 10 Commandments or the concept of zakat, can shape personal values and behavior, promoting virtues like compassion, forgiveness, and altruism. 2. Fosters social cohesion and community social bonds. Religious institutions and practices bring people together, creating a sense of community and belonging. This communal aspect strengthens social bonds, offers support networks, and helps people feel connected to something larger than themselves. Social stability. By providing a common set of beliefs and values, religion can act as an agent of social control, reinforcing social unity and stability. It provides a framework for how people should interact with one another, which can contribute to a more orderly society. Civic engagement. Religious communities often serve as a hub for civic engagement, encouraging members to participate in community groups, volunteer, and work for positive social change. 3. Enhances psychological and physical well-being. Coping with adversity. Religion can be a source of comfort and strength during times of distress, stress, and crisis. It can help people cope with difficult life events by offering hope, a sense of control, for example, through prayer, and a positive outlook. Mental health. Studies have shown a correlation between religious participation and better mental health outcomes, including lower rates of depression and suicide. Religious practices like prayer or meditation can also help reduce stress and anxiety. Health and longevity research suggests that regular attendance at religious services is associated with a reduced risk of mortality and can promote healthier behaviors, such as less frequent smoking and drug use. The social support and community connections found in religious groups may contribute to these benefits. 4. Shapes culture and society. Cultural identity. Religion is deeply intertwined with culture, influencing traditions, art, music, language, and social practices. Religious festivals, rituals, and ceremonies play a crucial role in preserving cultural heritage and strengthening a community's identity. Catalyst for social change. While religion can also be a source of conflict, it has often served as a powerful force for social change. Religious adherents and organizations have historically been at the forefront of movements for social justice, human rights, and the welfare of marginalized communities. It's important to note that the impact of religion is not universally positive. Critics argue that it can also be a source of social inequality, conflict, and intolerance. However, for many people around the world, religion remains a cornerstone of their personal lives and a vital force in their communities.
What is sayings on it from non-believers?
Non-believers, including atheists, agnostics, and secular humanists, often offer a variety of arguments and perspectives that challenge the importance and validity of religion. While their views are diverse, some common themes and critiques include 1. Lack of evidence and contradictions. Absence of proof. A central tenet of non-belief is that there is no verifiable empirical evidence for the existence of a deity or the supernatural claims made by religions. They argue that belief based on faith alone is not a reliable way to determine truth. Scientific conflict. Non-believers often point to conflicts between religious texts and scientific discoveries. They argue that as human knowledge has advanced, many supernatural explanations for natural phenomena have been superseded by scientific ones, rendering religious explanations unnecessary or false. Contradictions within religious texts. They highlight internal contradictions and inconsistencies within holy books, as well as discrepancies between different religions. To argue that these texts are not divinely inspired, but rather man-made and culturally influenced. 2. Religion as a social and psychological construct. Opium of the people. Echoing Karl Marx's famous phrase, some non-believers see religion as a tool for social control. They argue that it pacifies the oppressed by promising them a better afterlife and distracts them from seeking justice and change in the present world. Addressing fear and uncertainty. Asterisk philosophers like David Hume have suggested that religion arose as a way for humans to cope with their fear of death, natural disasters, and the unknown. In this view, it is a psychological crutch rather than an honest pursuit of truth. Myth and fiction. Asterisk, they contend that religious narratives are akin to mythology and folklore, designed to fulfill social and biological needs, and should not be taken as literal truth. 3. Harm to individuals and society, impediment to progress. Asterisk critics argue that religion has historically suppressed scientific inquiry and intellectual freedom, leading to persecution and the delay of human progress. Asterisk source of conflict and violence. Asterisk non-believers often cite historical and modern examples of religious wars, terrorism, and persecution to argue that religion is a major source of division, hatred, and violence. Moral and ethical problems. Asterisk, while many believers find a moral compass in religion, critics like Richard Dawkins and Albert Einstein have argued that it can actually be a hindrance to true morality. They suggest that actions motivated by the fear of divine punishment or the hope of eternal reward are not truly moral. Instead, genuine ethical behavior should be based on human empathy, reason, and compassion. They also point to specific religious practices and teachings they deem immoral, such as the subjugation of women, the persecution of LGBTQ+ individuals, and the justification of violence. 4. The problem of evil incompatibility of God and suffering. This is a classic philosophical argument against an all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-good God. Non-believers argue that if such a God exists, why is there so much suffering, pain, and evil in the world? They find the explanations offered by religions for this contradiction to be unconvincing. Asterisk in summary. Non-believers do not see religion as important or beneficial in the same way that believers do. They view it as a humane creative phenomenon that can be explained by science, psychology, and sociology. While acknowledging some of its positive social aspects, they often highlight its potential for harm and see the future of humanity in a secular, rational, and evidence-based framework.
We witnessed whenever society goes fallen, then religion comes to rise it up. So if it is so non-important, then why religion come to intervene to lift up the society?
This is an excellent and insightful question that gets to the heart of the debate about religion's role in society. The observation that religion often rises in prominence during or after periods of societal decline is something that both believers and non-believers can agree on, but they interpret the reasons for it very differently. Here's a breakdown of how different perspectives would answer your question. The believer's perspective from a religious viewpoint. The observation is proof of religion's fundamental importance. When societies falter, it is often seen as a sign that they have lost their moral and spiritual foundation. The chaos and suffering that follow are a wake-up call, and the rise of religion is a natural, necessary response. A return to moral order. Asterisk societal collapse is often viewed as a result of a breakdown in shared values. In this state of decay, religion provides a clear moral framework, a set of rules and virtues that people can rally around to rebuild. The moral guidance that was neglected is now seen as the only way forward, a source of hope and meaning. Asterisk during a collapse, people are faced with immense suffering, death, and uncertainty. Religion offers an explanation for this suffering, for example as a test of faith, or a consequence of sin, and provides hope for a better future, whether in this life or the next. This hope is a powerful motivator for people to persevere and rebuild. The foundation of community. Asterisk when political and economic institutions fail, the social fabric can unravel. Religious communities often serve as a ready-made support system. They provide food, shelter, and a sense of belonging when other institutions cannot. This social cohesion, built on a shared faith, is critical for rebuilding trust and organizing collective action. Historical examples often cited from this perspective include the Christianization of Europe after the fall of the Roman Empire, or the role of religious leaders in the American Civil Rights Movement. The non-believers. Prospective non-believers would not see the rise of religion during a collapse as proof of its divine importance. Instead, they would argue that it demonstrates religion's function as a coping mechanism and a social tool, particularly effective during times of high stress and low security. The psychological crutch, asterisk from this viewpoint, a collapse is a time of extreme existential insecurity. People are confronted with a complete loss of control. Religion offers a way to regain a sense of control and to explain the inexplicable. It provides comfort and a narrative that makes sense of the chaos. even if the narrative is not based on evidence. In essence, it's a powerful and widespread psychological coping mechanism. The social network and moral framework, non-believers would agree that religion is effective at building community and providing a moral framework. But they would argue that this is a social function, not a divine one. A collapse creates a vacuum of authority and social structure. Religious organizations, with their established hierarchies, shared rituals, and strong in-group identity, are uniquely positioned to fill that vacuum. They are often the only institutions left standing with the capacity to organize people, distribute resources, and enforce a basic code of conduct. An adaptable human strategy. In this view, religion is not intervening from a supernatural realm. It is a human strategy that has proven to be highly effective for group survival and recovery. It is a feature of human nature, a powerful social technology that helps communities cooperate and cohere, especially when external threats are high and resources are scarce. In summary, the key difference is in the interpretation of the cause. Believers see the resurgence of religion as a divine intervention or a return to a necessary truth. Non-believers see it as a powerful, but entirely human response to a crisis, a testament to religion's psychological and social utility, but not to its truth claims. Both sides, however, acknowledge that religion is an incredibly resilient and powerful force in times of societal breakdown.